How can nothingness inspire such primal terror? The Gobi Desert is an empire of silence, a place where the horizon blurs the line between earth and sky, and time itself seems to stand still in the blistering air. But this silence has a name spoken only in whispers. The nomads don't talk about what you can see, but what you feel beneath your feet. Movement where no living thing should stir. They call it the Olgoi-Khorkhoi, the death worm. They believe its very shadow can melt metal, its touch alone enough to stop a man's heart. This isn't a story about a monster hunt. It's a story of how a single legend can carve out a place on the map so feared that not even the bravest dare set foot there. A place stained crimson with invisible blood. According to the indigenous people of the Mongolian steppes, this creature tears through the desert. Picture a sea serpent slicing through the waves, but imagine that instead of an ocean, it navigates an endless sea of shifting sand. It erupts from beneath the ground without warning, and in that same instant, it unleashes a torrent of caustic acid upon its victim. This substance is said to be so monstrously venomous, so corrosive, that it can dissolve almost anything it touches. Not even metal can withstand it. Many locals confess to a primal terror so profound they wouldn't dream of even touching the creature. Why? Because a single touch, they believe, means certain, instantaneous death. But that's not all. As if a death spray of acid weren't enough, the worm can apparently generate and discharge a powerful electric shock. So what does it actually look like? Descriptions of the Mongolian death worm vary wildly depending on who you ask. Some eyewitnesses claim it's only 2 to 5 feet long, while others insist it's far more massive, rivaling the size of a giant python. Others add a ghastly detail. It supposedly has teeth at its front end, and some even claim it has 2 mouths, one at the front and one at the back. Tails also surface of its body being covered in spots or colored patterns. But the most common and near unanimous claim is, of course, its color, a reddish hue. This crimson shade has become its calling card, a fatal omen. Whenever nomads claim to have spotted it, they know instantly what they're facing and flee without a second thought. So where does this desert doom lurk, and when does it hunt? The Mongolian deathworm's habitat is the lifeless desert, and it primarily surfaces during specific times of the year. Its emergence is supposedly triggered by soil moisture. A recent downpour, or anything else that makes the ground damp, seems to be the signal that lures the deathworm from its sandy lair. The tales of this creature's existence appear to have deep historical roots. There's no exact date for when they began, but it's clear the legends are decades, if not centuries old. The earliest known written account comes from a book titled On the Trail of Ancient Man. In it, the author, an explorer named Roy Chapman Andrews, recounts a conversation he had with the Mongolian Prime Minister, who, and this is a direct quote, told him the following about the Mongolian deathworm. It is shaped like a sausage about 2 feet long, has no head nor leg, and it is so poisonous that merely to touch it means instant death. It lives in the most desolate parts of the Gobi Desert. So, the cryptid, known to legend as the Mongolian deathworm, supposedly lurks beneath the sands of the Gobi Desert. A colossal, worm-like creature whose very presence, it is said, can be a death sentence. Anyone who's seen the movie Tremors has already witnessed a creature directly inspired by this Mongolian nightmare. The giant, man-eating worm from the film is called a graboid, and its very concept was lifted from the folklore of the Mongolian deathworm. And while the movie version didn't spit acid, sporting tentacles instead, it was this mysterious cryptid that served as the original spark for the creators of Tremors.